Hey guys, it's Amanda with Lace Cosmetics, and I'm back with another edition of You Ask and I Answer, where you ask me all of your burning makeup questions and I answer them here for you. So today's topic is how to wash your makeup brushes. Now listen, cleaning your makeup brushes is a very necessary step in your beauty routine, and it's one that's often overlooked. As a professional makeup artist, I keep several duplicate brushes in my makeup kit so I can touch one brush per face. But if I do have to reuse a brush while I'm working with my clients, then I do keep some heavy duty cleaners on site with me so I can clean and sanitize that brush before I put it on another face. After I've completed a job, each brush is washed and sanitized properly before it's used again on anybody. Cleanliness is very, very important, and the thing about brushes is they can harbor bacteria, they can harbor germs. If you have a cold sore and you get it on a brush, you can put it on another person and it can transfer. It's disgusting what you can keep on a brush, so cleanliness is key. So today we're going to go over how to wash your makeup brushes, what products you need to use, and how often you need to be cleaning them. I'll also be doing a demonstration of how I wash my makeup brushes, so without further ado, let's jump into this. So first we need to understand why we need to wash our makeup brushes. When you use your brushes over and over again, you are collecting dead skin cells and oil on your brush, and then if you're using the brush again, you're reapplying that to your face, which is super gross. Using brushes that aren't clean can cause clogged pores, it can cause breakouts, it can cause skin irritation, and also your brushes aren't going to work optimally. You need that nice texture of your bristle to do what it is you need for the brush to do. If you're using a synthetic bristle, you don't want it glopping up and kind of separating, and then it makes your makeup streaky. If you have natural bristles, it can look really patchy. Your brush isn't going to work the way you need for it to work if it's dirty, and your makeup isn't going to look good. If your makeup isn't going to look good, you're not going to feel good. So let's just clean our brushes. Also, I want to add that brushes are an investment. It costs a lot of money to buy brushes and to get a good collection of them. So you want to protect your investment. You want to clean your brushes. You want to clean them properly and often so that they'll last longer. Now, how often should you be washing your makeup brushes? You should wash your brushes once a week. All of your makeup brushes, once a week. I know that seems like a lot. You have to do it. Listen, I'm guilty of not washing my personal brushes as often as I should. This is my collection of personal brushes. I need to wash them now. It's time. And also your beauty blenders or your makeup sponges, especially because those are used wet, or they're supposed to be used wet if you're using it the right way. That is, again, a breeding ground for bacteria. So those actually need to be washed every time you use them. If you want the responsibility of using a beauty blender or a makeup sponge, you have to wash it. Otherwise, don't ask why your face is breaking out, because you're just putting bacteria back onto your skin over and over and over again. Wash your sponges. Okay, so the next question is, what product should you be using to clean your brushes? Now listen, you don't have to get super fancy with your products. I promise you there are some products that are specifically for a certain sponge or a certain brush that they just charge so much money for them. And listen, you don't have to use those. There are great alternatives. I don't get too fancy with my stuff. I use what works and I use what kills bacteria. So here are the products that I like the most. First of all, I like using my Signa brush cleaning mat. I've had mine for years. I absolutely love it. It does an excellent job of cleaning brushes. I can clean more than one brush at a time when I'm using it. And it can be run through the dishwasher to actually clean the mat. And it does a really great job of getting deep in the bristles and cleaning out all of the makeup that can kind of sink down into the bristles. My favorite product to take on site to clean my brushes in between clients is Perry & Spirit, which they have the cleaner, and then there's also a jar that you can get that goes with it. It has a little mesh insert in it so you can wipe your brushes on it without getting too much cleaner in your brush, because you don't want to drench your brushes in the cleaner. It dries quickly, it's wonderful. It does a great job of getting everything out of the bristles. I absolutely love it. And it's something that you can use at home too if you need to clean your brushes in between colors or applications. For a spray cleanser, I absolutely, hands down, love the Clinique brush cleaner. You guys, this cleaner gets everything out of your brushes. It's awesome. It doesn't dry quickly, but it's fantastic. It's a great in-between kind of cleaner. It sprays on, usually I like to just spray it onto a napkin. I will actually demonstrate. So for the cleaner I use in my kit, I pour it into a smaller container, but this is the Clinique cleaner. I'll leave a picture of it right here so you can see what it looks like in its bottle. But I just take this and spray it onto a tissue or a napkin and then swirl the brush around. Look at that. It does such a good job. And with your brushes, sometimes you have to do a couple of passes. You're not going to get everything out in one spray. You just kind of swirl it on here. I'm not digging the bristles in, I'm just swirling them. So it's not going to harm the brush. And there you go. Nice clean brush. Stuff is great. So I really break the bank when I'm cleaning my personal brushes or my professional brushes after gigs. It's about $1.50 maybe, and it's the Dial antibacterial bar soap. This stuff is great. I keep it in a little container, which you'll see in my demonstration. I got the container on Amazon for next to nothing, but I keep my bar soap in that. I wet my brushes, swirl them on the bar soap, and then clean them on the mat. It does an excellent job of getting everything out of the brushes. It does not damage the brushes, and it's antibacterial, so it's killing all of the dirt and germs that are in there. It's a wonderful option. Also, I just want to express how wonderful it is for your beauty blenders. It does a great job getting everything out of the beauty blender, and you're not spending $30 on a container of soap. One of my favorite products to use, which I actually ran out of, I don't have any right now, but again, I'll put a picture right here for you. I love the Masters brush cleaner. It is actually made for paint brushes, but when I tell you, it is like, the Masters cleaner is fantastic. I learned about it when I went to a seminar with a veteran makeup artist who has been in the industry for 30 years or so, and she does a lot of film, and she told me that that is the brush cleaner she uses, and when I got it, hands down, one of the greatest cleaners I've used on my brushes. So definitely try that out. You can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any paint store really. So now that we know how to clean our brushes and what products to use, let's jump into the demonstration so I can show you how I actually clean my brushes.
First, I'm going to start by putting down a towel so I have a clean space to put my brushes once I'm done washing them. I have two mats I like to use when I'm cleaning my brushes, either this Sigma brush cleaning mat, or I do have this smaller dish-shaped mat, which is better if I'm only cleaning a few brushes at a time. So today I'm actually just going to use my Sigma mat since I have quite a few brushes I need to clean. I'm going to press the mat down into a clean sink, and then I'm going to get my bar of soap, which this is the soap container I was talking about that I absolutely love, and it's very handy. I'm going to set that next to the sink, and then I'm going to grab my brushes and set them all next to the sink as well, so I have everything right there handy where I can grab it and just continue cleaning everything without having to move around. Now I'm going to start wetting the bristles and then swirling them in the bar of soap, making sure I get soap on each side of the brush. Once I have that done, I'm going to swirl the bristles onto the cleaning mat, and this mat has different sections depending on what kind of brush you're trying to clean, so you can look at it and it'll actually tell you what area you need to clean the brush in. Alternatively, you can use clean hands and you can rub the brush around in the palm of your hand, and that is going to do just as good of a job of cleaning it. Once I'm done, I like to check the bristles to make sure there's no product left in it, and then I lay it to the side on my clean towel. If I have smaller brushes, I will actually grab a few of them at a time and then wash them all together. But if you do this, do keep in mind that you need to check the bristles to make sure you are actually getting all of the product out of the bristles and that everything is being rinsed properly as well, so you don't have a buildup in your brush that you didn't notice. One thing I do want to stress is that when you're washing your brush, make sure you're not getting too much water into the ferrule, which is the metal part of the brush that holds the bristles in. There's actually a glue in there that is holding the bristles into the ferrule, and if that breaks up from too much water and soap, then the bristles will start falling out and the brush will fall apart. So to preserve our brushes, we just want to make sure that we're not getting too much water in there. This is another reason why you don't want to soak your brushes. For metal palettes and spatulas, I like to use a little bit of soap on them, and then also I'm using a spray bottle with alcohol in it, and I'm just spraying everything down and wiping everything off to make sure that the surfaces are completely clean. Next is your makeup sponge. You want to run your makeup sponge underneath water and squeeze it so it gets completely saturated with water. Lightly wring out the sponge and then start rubbing it all over your bar of soap so you're getting it covered with soap on all sides. Now you'll start wringing the sponge out and trying to get all of the makeup out of the sponge. Keep running it under the water and putting it in the soap over and over again until the water runs completely clear and there are no signs of residue or makeup left in the sponge. The last step is going to be laying the brushes so the bristles are hanging off the side of the countertop. The reason for doing this is so while your brushes are drying, it's not going to flatten out or change the shape of the bristles. This will also extend the life of the brush. If there's a little excess water in the brush, make sure you wring it out and then lay it down. Bigger brushes can take a little longer to dry, but trust me, let the air dry your brushes. Do not use a blow dryer or anything like that. It will destroy the bristles. One tool I like to use is this brush hanger where you can actually stick the brushes into the silicone slots on it, and it will hang the brushes upside down so that the bristles aren't going to change shape and they can dry without touching each other. It's also a huge space saver, so I definitely recommend getting one of these because you can generally stick all of your brushes in them if you aren't cleaning a complete brush belt like I am.
Okay guys, well I hope this was helpful. I hope that you feel like you have all of the tools that you need now to clean your brushes and sponges at home. Please let me know if you have any other questions you would like for me to answer. Leave them in the comments below. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel as it helps me. And I will see you guys next time.